Awesome. Looks like we're live now. So, welcome everybody to your Wednesday afternoon, morning yoga practice between Max and Warrior Yoga. If we haven't met before or practiced together, my name is Ali. My pronouns are she, them, and I am teaching you today in Ottawa on unceded Algonquin territory. All week, we've had some really great practices from other teachers at Warrior Yoga. And if you don't know who we are a local non for profit based out of Ottawa and also in Stockholm, Sweden, who are aiming to make the benefits of yoga and meditation more accessible to communities who might not necessarily always have the means to practice. So today we're going to be focusing on the side body, and there won't be too much movement. It's a pretty accessible practice. You could do it from sitting even in a chair or on the ground. So take your time and get settled in, and then we can get the music going. So we'll take a few moments just to settle into our space, come into our practice. You could even close your eyes, maybe just bring a soft gaze if that feels good and safe. And I invite you to take your hands and find them somewhere along the body. You could be at heart center. You could be hands on the knees, whatever feels good. We'll just take a few moments here to find our breath. Maybe let go of anything that happened this morning. Take some time for yourself. As we sit here coming into our practice, can you take a moment to let the shoulders come away from the ears? Maybe you take them up, back, and down the spine. Can you let go of any tension in your mouth, in your jaw, maybe even around the eyes? Just releasing those muscles that we tend to really scrunch up even when we're not even fully aware that we are. I'd like to also remind you that this is your practice. So if at any time during these next 20 minutes or so, I offer something that doesn't feel good or doesn't sit well, I invite you to listen to your body first and my voice second. So taking the time you need to come out of any posture, maybe even come back to the seated position, whatever helps you feel comfortable and safe. Maybe you can bring a little bit more intention into your breathing. You can do so by making your inhales the same length as your exhales. I like to inhale for a count of three and then exhale for that same count. Take a few moments here to see what feels right in your body, what feels good in your lungs. When you're ready, you can start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. Maybe you wiggle your fingers, roll out your wrists. You could even nod the head from side to side. Your eyes can stay shut or they can maybe flutter open. It's up to you. We'll start to roll through the shoulders, bringing them up, back, and down, going in any direction. And then we'll start moving in the opposite direction, just bringing a little bit of balance back into our practice. Take one more roll, and then we'll find ourselves back in stillness in your seated position. Take a second, maybe you move the sit bones or the glutes back, coming onto those sit bones, finding a nice long spine, almost as if someone had a string and was pulling it all the way up through the crown of your head. Again, we'll bring the shoulders down away from the ears. On the inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, we'll bring the gaze down, chin comes down towards the chest. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. On your next inhale, we'll start to take the right ear towards the right shoulder, feeling a bit of a stretch down through the neck. For a little bit more, you could even take that left hand and bring it just outside of your body. You can hover or you can find the ground, whatever feels good. On your next inhale, we'll bring the chin back down towards the chest. That left hand can come back to the knees or somewhere along the body if it's not already there. Take another second here in our neutral. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly bring the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Again, staying here, maybe taking the right arm out this time. Finish off your last round of breath here. We'll bring that arm down, neck or chin can come back to your chest. We'll roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and bring the gaze back up towards just out in front of you, lengthening back into the neck. We'll take a few rounds of seated cat cow here. So we'll bring the hands towards the knees, shoulders come down, and on your inhale, we'll pull our chest through, gaze lifts up high. And on the exhale, we'll round through that spine, gaze comes towards the floor. We'll move here with our own breath for just a few rounds. Take your time. If there's any particularly sticky spots, feel free to even hold there for an extra moment or so. Find that extra bit of release. Take another 2 rounds here. When you're finished those rounds, we'll come back to a neutral spine, sitting up nice and tall once again. Take a second, readjust, maybe you can grab some water. And then when you're ready, finding yourself back upright, nice long spine, we'll inhale, the arms come all the way up. Exhale, we'll start to twist towards the right, left hand in front, right hand behind, or out to the side. Our inhale brings us back up, and the exhale, we find ourselves twisting off to the left. Moving here, take your time. There's no rush, there's nowhere you need to be. Your eyes could follow your hands up and down. Maybe the gaze stays forward. Feel what feels good for your neck. The next time you find yourself coming to the left, we'll hold here in this twist. Your right hand might come anywhere along that left leg. The left hand could be out behind you. Maybe you wrap it around your back. Maybe it comes to the floor for a little bit of stability. As we sit here with every inhale, can you come a little bit longer through the spine? Exhale, maybe you can bring your twist a little bit deeper. When you're ready, your next inhale brings you back up through center. Exhale, we twist off to the right side. Again, finding a comfortable spot for those hands, taking your gaze wherever feels good. You're ready. The next inhale, arms come all the way up, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, hands come back down to the side. If you're sitting in a cross-legged position, I invite you to just switch the feet. So whichever one is underneath comes on top this time. Take a second again to readjust. When you're ready, we'll inhale, arms come up once again. Exhale, we're gonna drop our right arm down towards the ground. Exhale, we start to bend towards the right side, fingers pointing towards the right. Inhale, we'll come about halfway up. Exhale, we'll fold back over. Come up halfway one more time. And this time on the exhale, we come into that side bend, holding here. Again, can you bring some focus to the muscles in your face? Maybe you let those go, release them again, even if it's just for a moment. On your next inhale, we'll come all the way up, both hands above the head. Exhale, drop the left arm. We're going towards the other side. Inhale, we'll come halfway up. Exhale to come back down. Inhale, we come up one more time. Exhale, we'll come back down and hold here. Finish off your last round of breath here. And on your next inhale, one more time, we come all the way up. Send the fingers up nice and strong. Gaze lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come back down towards the side. Gaze can come back in front of you. We'll go for one more stretch on each side. So when you're ready, inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, we'll start to plant the hands somewhere in front of us. You could even just be reaching if you can't quite reach the ground. Left arm is on top of, or left hand is on top of the right one. We'll hold here. Take another inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll start to crawl our way towards the opposite side, towards the left. This time, your right hand comes over top of the left. And again, you could be reaching if you're not quite at the ground, or you can find your way down to the ground if you have that space. When you're ready, you can start to crawl your way back to an upright seat. Maybe you take the legs out in front of you. You can just give them a nice shake. I find if I'm sitting for too long cross-legged, the blood tends to stop flowing, so let it all come back. And then we'll find a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. We'll take a few breaths to close our practice. Again, you can keep the eyes open. Maybe you start to lower the gaze. Take those shoulders up and down away from the ears. Hands can find anywhere along the body that feels good. You start to tune back into your body, to your mind. Just a few more moments before entering the rest of our day and the rest of our week. And you start to thank yourself for showing up for today's practice. You know, even though 20 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, it can be hard in a busy schedule, a busy week to find that time for you. So thank yourself for showing up and doing something just for you. When you're ready, we're going to take two breaths together. So take a second, empty out any of the breath left in your lungs, sigh it out through the mouth. When you're ready, on the inhale, arms sweep all the way up towards the sky. Palms come to touch. Exhale through the mouth. Bring those hands down towards heart center. We'll do that all again one more time. When you're ready, inhaling, arms come all the way up. Eventually, palms come to touch. This time, as we exhale, we'll stop for just a moment at the forehead for kind and loving thoughts. We'll come next to the throat for kind and loving words. And finally, we'll come to the heart for kind and loving intentions. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today, supporting Max, supporting Warrior Yoga. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day, a rest of your Pride week, and I'll be back here on Friday to close off this week's yoga practice with a little bit of love for our hips. Thank you so much.